Hello everyone. Oh my god. I'm just updating. I'm finishing updating my notes and journal with all the news for 2025. And then I can get started. Can't believe everything is up to date. I believe, yeah, we should be good. Alright, everyone. I want to take one good look at this data. So, I want to do a few things. First things first, only looking at new week opening gaps. Like the biggest losing streak I see is at the beginning of the year with 3 losses. I mean, wow, look at this at the end of the year. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 trades in a row. Insanely good. Average trade is 2.6, and that win rate 24 plus 13. I took a few of these trades, by the way. I was just extremely more selective last year. What's up, Neko? How you doing tonight? 24 divided by 37. I'm excited to trade this model this year. 65%. Only trading new week opening gap or new day opening gap as a filter. But if I only do it on high impact news, I become 15 and 8. So 15 divided by 23, that's a 65% win rate. So honestly, I don't think it's worth, only trading on news. It might be worth it for the trades that don't have. If I go over here and I do does not continue week opening gap, only for these trades is 39, 30, 31, 39, still pretty profitable, just about the same as what the fuck, 56.5 RR. Well, that's why it's insanely profitable. No, what the fuck is this? What day is this on? March 31st. Oh my lord. It's this one. No, this one. $4.21. What the fuck? Stop is 56.5. There you go. Alright, wow, okay, that changes things a lot. Okay, so 1.66 total, okay, that makes more sense. And good thing I checked these. Yeah, below 50% win rate. So the thing is, now if I only look at news, yeah, it slightly improves the expectancy and win rate, so slightly more manageable. 18 divided by 38. I should be asleep. It's 5 a.m. here on mail. My girlfriend's gonna kill me. What? Why? What the fuck? Well, my girlfriend might actually kill me. 47%. Around my fiance. The love of my life. But anyways, no, what was I saying? Yeah, I don't know. So this is something that I'm gonna explore. While I use other years, but right now let me just jot this down real quick. Okay. Um, Unchecked. Rule does not contain. Okay. Oh my god, no. Go away. Hold on. I'm trying to do something here. Hold on. What was I trying to do? Contains unknown states. Okay. Currently. Now let me structure these first. Okay, wait. Let me just do all the trades. Clear this. Okay. Results with all trades, no filters, trades, news and no NDOGs. Okay, next I want to do high impact news checked. Alright, and then unchecked. Okay, next the filter. Oh my god. Contains checked. So unchecked but contains the filter. No news but what? What did I just do? Hold on. That is 2.6, 15, and 8. That's with news and oh my lord. What did I do? Okay, I got high impact news checked, high impact news unchecked, active, not active news, filter active. Okay. Oh, we're good then. I did everything. Alright. So let me read the chat. Yo bro, I'm asleep. Hope to catch one of your future streams again. Yeah man. Have a good night and hopefully your girlfriend doesn't kill you. My buddy texted me. Alright, today I want to backtest current year. So I have my little data collection here and I haven't updated put anything in for the current year so far. But there has been very few trades. So actually there are some things in so far this year. But we're just gonna start fresh and just start from the top. No. We're gonna start from February, and I want to kind of do this every month. I want to go back and get the data well put in everything. Anyways. Okay, so here we're beneath 8:30 and midnight, which means there's a good sweep here for a long. It's just outside of the hours, and then I mean we don't really have a nice sweep lower, but we never get a fair value gap until forever later on. There's no way realistically I'm gonna be trading that, so I'm not even gonna bother to look if there's a fair value gap. But here's a nice sort of range that we sweep up above, but we're beneath midnight, and then we continue pushing higher lower, so there's no trade here. There is a nice sweep here though, like that's a okay body. So drop down. Oh, this is S&P. Darn it. What the fuck, 2025? Hold on. No. Not bad. Okay, sorry. Let's try that again. Okay, no good sweep here. That's a nice sweep up here, but outside hours, this is a shitty sweep. Not taking those. Over here is a good sweep, and we hit weak new day opening gap. Filter is active, but here's like another scenario where it ran up so much I wouldn't really be looking to trade this. However, because it's a new day, new week opening gap, it increases my confluence. But like I suspected, there is no real inverse or value gap. There is after it rolls over a whole lot, but I mean I would not be taking trades off this much displacement. Alright, and over here got a nice sweep on this range. So there's a few nice candles, not too much chop in that. And then you could say the same about this range. If we sweep above that, hit a new week or new day opening gap. Here's one of those where if we in one single candle inverse a gap, I like to go long like this. But here's where the stop is 100 points. Now that's just some crazy stuff. So I wouldn't be taking this. Investigating the short though, I do get an inverse. I think this was the only loss that I journaled, at least. I mean, I'm more lenient now with the sweep, so I'm expecting more trades. Another version where it's like 86 points, I don't feel comfortable. The biggest stop loss I'll use is like 60 points. somebody wants the settings. Here you go. And for most of February, I was actively trying to trade this. I mean, not mostly, for the last 2 weeks of February. Oh yeah, no, this doesn't sweep beneath midnight. Okay, so there is a nice short here, and it does reach a new, I guess, a new day opening gap. This is a perfect like A+ setup. How do you define if an inverse is valid or not? I mean, if the body closes beneath the fair value gap, that's it. And I take the first fair value gap or inverse. So in this case, there's no inverse or value gap. There's this tiny one here, actually. So I probably should be doing this, but the only reason why I would take the lower entry, I don't know. I feel like my eye just moves to this one immediately. So if I'm trading live, I'd probably take this one. But like the rules say, whatever the range that swept, any inverse or value gap or fair value gap. Oh, wait a minute. No. I'd be taking this one up here. Yeah, that's a tough one. That's tough. Yeah, no, there's no, I would not get an entry here. That's too bad. But let's just say I would have taken the inverse here, stop at the high. It wouldn't have even ran far anyway. Stop would have been too wide. Does that answer your question, AC? Few nice sweeps here. We hit new day opening gap there. We don't have any here. See the stop once again, 150 points. And this is also part of the reason why I've had so few trades. It's not that I'm extremely selective. It's just that the environment we're in is just not viable right now with how much price is moving. And like here, I don't really have an inverse or value gap to enter on. Like price doesn't trade back into anything. So like you can see how like we are sweeping and everything, but there's just nothing that is I guess conducive for me to take. Yeah, somewhat, because there's an inverse you said you wouldn't take because the range before was too large, so that I can max ticks. Oh no, I was talking about something like this. Like let's say we sweep this, right? Like a breaker setup, I'm expecting price to come down. Typically what my A+ setup would look like is I expect price to come up to some key level, let's say this high right here. I expect an initial resistance, like push in the opposite direction, and I want it to come right back up and then continue going lower the other direction. That's my reverse setup. I look for that sweep, right? But then when prices are instead just kind of consolidating and the sweep is like this, like I don't know, that doesn't make sense, you know. Usually what will happen is it'll consolidate. So I mean, it's just like that's what I mean. Is like I'm not talking about like the inverse is not valid. It's more like the range, the fundamentals behind it is not valid. So like here's an example. Actually, here's a good example. This is a nice range of candles, right? Now if there's a fair value gap, I'd get in on the 945 candle. That down close candle goes lower, except it's beneath 830, so I wouldn't actually. It needs to be beneath 830, or a sweep higher needs to be above 830 and midnight, or it needs to mitigate 830. It doesn't touch 830, but let's just say it had. Okay, I would have gone in here. However, if it continues to go up, I wouldn't be getting up here because this is so far away from the sweep. I just wouldn't consider that viable. if that makes any sense. Oh, somebody's asking for my notion. Sorry. Alright, anyways, back, oh, wait, let me reset it, but it's, okay. Sorry about that. We're back. Yeah, over here, a bunch of mess. There is a nice sweep. Here you go. Yeah, so this enters a new week or new day opening gap. I would go down 1 minute. Let's see if we get a fair value gap or inverse fair value gap. Also, the music is good volume, right? Like, you can still hear me well compared to what the music is. And the stop would be all the way at this low. 71 points. See, like, that's over 60 points. Personally, I just find that, like, anything over 60 points. I mean, I look at the last year's trade. If I show property visibility stop, like, my biggest stop is you know 60 points. There's one that's 74 points. And I had to hold it all day. So I'm gonna log it because it's around that kind of area of like the maximum stop size I'd use. But would I actually take it? I don't know. I'm still gonna log this though. Let's see if it at least worked. Yeah, no, it definitely didn't work. That shit would have been a loss. Okay, 19th of February. Do a long loss. Stop points 71. R is -1 and scenario. Do we have high impact news? Let's see. February 19th. Yeah, we had unemployment claims the Thursday. Yeah, makes sense. Okay, nice. That's nice. Real quick, I want to see what gold is doing tonight. Oh, not surprising. Anyways, continue on. So yeah, like I said, I already kind of talked about this day. There's nothing there. I do this quite fast because I've done a lot of back testing, so like I'm able to like back test very quickly, spot sweeps. But then sometimes I also find myself making mistakes. Like I go back sometimes and I just quickly look over, make sure I didn't miss anything. Here's a weird one because it's like in a premium, but it's still a sweep, so it is what it is. And like, yeah, I don't know. I would probably still take this, to be honest. Because on a higher time frame, this could be a whole other sweep, so it's kind of like a confluence. You know, if that makes any sense. But yeah, this isn't something I logged before. This also isn't a trade I actually took, but again, like, I think like someone once told me that like edge, real edge, well, not real edge, but at one point your edge comes from like being able to use your own intuition to determine whether a setup is likely to win or not. And like, this is not a setup I would have taken if I was actually trading. I know that because I was looking at it that day. We're at the 17th. There was Empire State Manufacturing Index, but I don't think it's impact. Alright, yeah. Let me wow. 5.15 R. Hello. And this is on the 17th. There was, yeah, no news. Oh my god, I hate this indicator because every time I press Alt R, it fucks me. Like, I'll go Alt R and it'll do this. Like, what the fuck is this? But if I were to hide the indicator, it would go like this. But because the indicator is on, it does this. It's so fucking retarded. I don't know. Maybe I should program it to see if I can change it. Here's a nice sweep. It's a pretty good range. But let's see if we get a nice fair value gap within the time. What we do? We got stopped immediately. This is Monday the 16th though. This was a bank holiday actually. Yeah, I see it cuts off, so I went to trade it. There are a few bank holidays I would trade, like Inauguration Day last year, and I think Columbus Day, because not all banks are closed on Columbus Day. It's not like it's a federal holiday, so I think workplaces are like still open. That's not a bad sweep. The only thing I don't like about this is this candle here. It's a very back and forth. So if I go down to the 1 minute chart and I look at how that looks, using TradingView Essential Plan, yeah, actually, I want to use the better one because I can have three charts, but it's not really necessary. I mean, yeah, I don't need anything more than essential, to be honest. Unless I want it to look nice, like yeah, I'd really just get the better versions for three charts instead of just one. and then seconds chart, really. That's the only reasons I'd see getting oh, and also creating all these layouts. But once you create a layout, like I can't create any new ones because I only have essential, but once you create them, like you could just pay for a month of something higher, create them, and then you have all these layouts you can use. Same thing with your watch lists. You can, I don't think I can create a new list. Actually, yeah, I think I can. I don't know, to be honest. Anyways, yeah, what I was saying here is like, let's look at that 1 minute and see what that looks like. You see, it's kind of like very back and forth. I don't know. I don't like it when there's huge candles both directions. But overall, just looking at the bodies, like if I were to remove the wicks, that's really what it's about. Like, so really what I care about, how it looks like when I remove the wicks. And unless like the wicks are super huge, like here, I don't like that. But yeah, this is still something I'd probably take, just because the new day opening gap is there. Do you journal every backtest trade? Well, yeah, I guess I log every backtest trade. Like I've done it for 2025. I'm just updating 2026, and I did it for 2024. I wasn't using the new week or new week day opening gaps, so I have to do that by the end of I'll try this week. I've been streaming a lot every evening, just trying to organize all my data. Yeah, so let me take a screenshot of that. This is on the 13th. On the 13th, we have news. Yeah, we have CPI actually. CPI. Stop. Oh, we don't know. Stop. This loses though. Short loss. New day opening gap scenarios there. Open that sweep. Go down 1 minute. Alright, here's a scenario where I would not have had an entry. So actually we just, because we never come back to this the highest gap, so let's just delete that. I did that for no reason. I'm sorry, that was my bad. Let me continue going back. Yeah, this past 2 months have been really shit for this model. Not that it's lost, it's just like trades are just not showing up. And just because we have a lot of days like this, and where the candles look super wicky, there's no clear structure. Like this is nice structure, but look how we sweep it. Like we take forever, and then we continue to displace very far lower. So yeah, no trade here. Again, I'm just looking for that nice sweep. What I trade is, I don't know if you're familiar with ICT concepts, so it's basically just a breaker. So what I look for is something like this, where you have prices doing whatever price is doing in this leg. I don't really care, it's irrelevant. What I really care about is this leg right here. So this price swing from low to high, or sorry, from high to low, then that's all I really care about. What I want to see is I don't want to see huge wicks. So like this candle, if the wicks of the candle are like really huge and they're both sides, like I don't like that. I want to see good bodies, because the idea is if I were to remove the wicks, I want to see the same thing happen. So I also want to see the body sweep. For example, here you see how over here we swept this move, but the bodies stayed down here. They didn't come and close above these bodies, so I don't like that. I need to see the wicks and the bodies go above the dotted line, or not the dotted line, but the bodies need to sweep and the wicks need to sweep. Because the idea is if you were to turn on this, you don't see a sweep here, but you do with the candlesticks, right? If you remove the wicks, I want to see a sweep, and it doesn't sweep. So like that's one. And then 2, I used to have different things at this high. So I used to have different confluences. It could be buy side liquidity, It could be a higher time frame for fair value gap, like on the 15-minute chart or 1 hour chart. It could also be an order block on a daily chart. But I don't really look at that, or a new week, new day opening gap, so like something like that. But I don't really look at that anymore. I don't really care what it hits. I'll just take any sweep that I see that is a clean sweep, like it's nice and structured, and then I'll just take I'll go down to the 1 minute chart and take the first inverse fair value gap. So that's I'll show an example when we get a trade here, but it's just this year so far has been really shit. And if you don't believe me, just take a look at the S&P on the daily chart. Like this is since December, since the beginning of the year, all we've really done is just go sideways, and that's not really good for trades. A lot of people have been losing money, so if you're having a rough time, it's okay. It's not just you, it's like every single a lot of models are having a rough time right now. And over here we do have a nice sweep, like I see good bodies, but then again it's the same thing where price just moves so far lower. It does move into a new week opening gap, so it does and it takes out London lows, overnight session lows, so that does increase my confidence in this trade. So like I'd probably trade this, but I'm not going to journal anything because I'd close it by the end of the day and it wouldn't be a full profit anyway. So I don't know if I would take a trade here, but it wouldn't really matter. February was your worst month? Yeah, I don't blame you, man. Like, I mean, I can explain to you why it's been really bad. Like, I can try my best, but it's mainly just about risks right now. Like, with what happened with Iran, that's going to allow the markets to move a bit and to free up liquidity. People are starting to rotate into this risk on environment where now they're starting to be okay with putting more risk on the table, because if you look at, there's a resource you can look, Fed watch tool, interest rate, I think, I don't know where it is. No, interest rate cut odds. I don't know if it's here, but okay, here it is. So this is basically just the odds of having a rate cut, or so right now the interest rates are at 3.5 to 3.75%. So this is basically like the odds that they're gonna cut to 3.25 to 3.5, or they're gonna stay where they are. And it's 97.5%. But in the past month or whatever, you can look for the next few months. Everyone thinks it's gonna stay pretty much, but at least until July. And the reason is because during May, there's a new Fed chair that comes in, and that's one of the biggest reasons why the markets are so frozen right now, is because they're waiting for this new Fed chair to come in. But I believe in March it was a lot lower than this. So all of a sudden, when this new Fed chair was announced, everybody, and then Powell came out and spoke a certain way, and everyone kind of switched up, and they were like, oh my god, okay, we're gonna have no change. It spiked. So I mean, there was a huge surprise in the markets, and the markets are just kind of I believe they've been just kind of factoring that change in. So people were expecting more cuts, to all of a sudden, I don't know about cuts. I don't know if we're getting cuts anymore. And you've seen this by the big drop in silver. So if you go look at silver prices on the daily chart, it went down 30% in one day. And this was around end of January, beginning of February, when everyone was talking about this new Fed chair, and the interest rate tool was very volatile. So these bets, these odds were very volatile, right? And so basically, it just kind of, we're kind of recovering. Silver has kind of came up, gold has kind of came up from this, and we're recovering. So I think we're headed back into this environment where we're going to be more risk on, where we're going to start putting more risk in. Money's going to start flowing towards equities a bit more, and I'm hoping to see better trades. Again, I don't know for sure, but it looks like it so far, and you can see by the price of silver and gold having recovered. But the market, when they seen this new Fed chair talking, blah, 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 immediately everybody just kind of went to risk off. Like, and it just kind of created a huge kind of pull of liquidity from the system, which is why February was really bad. But yeah, you want to look at these sorts of things like macroeconomics, and I believe ICT in his 2017 core content talks about it a bit more. Like, he's not going to talk about these things very much in 2022 mentorship or 2023. He's mainly gonna, I didn't really learn this from ICT, but I know he talks about things like this in 2017. Anyways, when do you recommend me to start trading prop firm? After a year. Honestly, go through this year. You said you've been trading for 2 months. I would say if you have a rules, like a proven track record for 6 months, by 6 months, and then you can try it. But I have a friend who's been trading for almost 5 years, and he's still trading prop firms. He hasn't made any money yet. And I mean, he's been profitable. If he wasn't to trade a prop firm, if he was to trade a live account, he'd be up. But he's trading prop firms, and he doesn't have much money. And some people are stuck in these small countries like South Africa, where their currency is shit, and they can work forever and not make any money, and nearly enough over in a year to be able to open up a live account or even just buy a prop firm. So first you gotta figure out like what your bills are, where you are, and how much money you can put aside, because trading is so risky. Like, you have to stack the odds in your favor. If you don't have like enough money to weather drawdown, because you will lose, and you'll have shitty periods like this where you're gonna lose a lot, like you're gonna get fucked. So you have to make sure that like first you know what you're doing, you have a plan, and you have enough money put aside for this that you can write off pretty much any money you put towards trading is basically money you should be ready to lose. So don't just put in your entire net worth. Figure out how much you can risk first of all, but like find like build a set of rules like this. I have 3 models, and like I have the rules and descriptions, and like make sure you know the models and you have data on it, because what's the most important is like have data. In 2025 I can go through and I know on average what each trade pays me. I know the win rates, and this is usually what I would trade. This is an even better win rate, which is new week, new day opening gap. But I don't know. I'm investigating whether it's worth it to trade new week and new day opening gap, or to trade it with that and when news is checked. So hold on, actually. I'm gonna delete this. But I've been trading for almost 4 years, and like I'm still doing things like this, where I'm still trying to get to know my model better. So it's a lot of work, and you have to be ready to do the work, or then you're gonna be part of the 99%. Okay, nice. So I think I should be able to. Okay, nice. Yes. Okay. So yeah, this is ideally what I would trade. This model would be fuck off. 41 and 33. So like think about what it would be like if you're trading what I trade. Let's just say you're taking 74 trades in 1 year. So half the year, pretty much half the trading year, you're sitting on the sideline for a 56% win rate. Wait, that doesn't. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, like that means half the time you're gonna lose, and half the year you're trading. So like maybe for some people this model may not work for them. For some people maybe they want a faster model where they're in there every day. I have some people where I tell them about my model. I'm like, how many times you trade this week? And I tell them 2 times. I had 2 trades this week, and they're like, what? Like, what the hell? I could never do that. Like some people just want to be in the market every day. every session, or they'll trade different pairs or different equities, you know, different commodities. They'll trade everything. It's like a Burger King model or a Burger King market, you know, like whatever you want. But like I'm very precise, and I find that when trades are further apart, typically I can risk more. You know, so yeah, that's just me. You have to really do a lot of work to find what works best for you. That's a good template. Where can I find it? I have a YouTube video on this. I'm trying to think. I sent it to someone recently. Let me. Oh wait, I know where it is. It's right here. Yes, I'll paste this in the chat. You can just go to the description to my video, and then you'll see. What the fuck? I just want to make sure that it works well. Yeah, you just click on that link, and then you should be able to duplicate it up here. It's on Notion. But basically you have your accounts. You can create an account. Oh no, I don't know if this is gonna work well. Shit. Hold on. I have to edit this. I think I have to edit this. Oh no, okay, it should work fine. Okay, it should be fine. So yeah, basically you go into journal. This is like journal for personal things. Like, I don't know what you can modify it. And then this is trades, and it's linked to the account page. You can like select the account, and it'll track your P&L on the account page. You can put in your P&L, whatever, and then it'll track all that stuff. Yeah, but if you want that template, you just click on that description in the video. I appreciate it if you like the video too. It's all I really ask. Just like the video. If you want, you can leave a comment. I don't really care, but I mean, I just like to see likes on the videos when it helps people. It kind of motivates me. Anyways, I gotta keep going. I also explain how to use it too, but yeah. My God. Okay. Yeah. Anyways. Oh, one thing I highly recommend, by the way, that's very underrated, but listen to ICT Twitter Spaces. You know, I don't know if you know what those are, but search up ICT Twitter Space. I mean, if ever you're going on a long drive or something, I don't know what it is you're doing, those are gold. You know, where you're backtesting like me. Or what playlist? Honestly, just start on 2022 model. I started with 2023, and then he told me to go back and watch like pretty much all of his playlists. So I mean, I watched a few, but the best way I learned was trading live. So trade live with ICT, like watch all of his recent live streams, and then most importantly, annotate on your chart. Like, this is what I did. Like, I annotated everything on my chart the same way he was annotating it. It's also why my chart is the same color as his chart. I've just gotten used to this, and the only reason it's like this is because I literally was sitting in his live streams, and I'm like doing it as he's doing it. You know, like I could go back to some of my older layouts, and you'll see it looks the exact same as he had it in his videos. That's the best way of learning. So if you can find him trading live, watch it. Otherwise, you could watch 2023, you could watch 2022, 2017 core content. You know, they're all kind of a different style. 2022 is very beginner friendly, but if you already know a little bit about ICT, I would just jump straight into something like 2023 or core content. Alright, here is a nice sweep. And we get a fair value. value gap right there. Aye. Gotta go G, Granwell, happy trading. Thank you. You too, good luck to you too. Yeah, I hope you have a good journey. It's gonna be really exciting and well worth it if you stick to it and work hard. Okay. I feel like Empire State Manufacturing Index is high impact news. I don't know. What does it say here? Wow. Oh no, it's in New York. That's not high impact. No. But you see how shit February is. Here's another nice sweep. That might have made me cry if I had taken this. A lot of these trades I'm logging, I don't actually take. Just because I'm much more, when it comes to live funds, I'm much more like careful, I guess. I don't know. I don't even know how to say it, but it's just kind of like this intuition where like you know something doesn't look good. But this trade, I would probably take in this trade. It kind of looks like a nice sweep. Far above minute open. And is there news? Because there's no new day or new week opening gap. There is news though. Oh my god. Short loss stop is 49.75. R is -1. Entry. Sweep. Nice. Okay, this is a really nice range. Even though there's a long wick, the bodies are pretty much what I'm focused on. Let me sweep this, let me play this forward a bit more. Oh, that's tough. Yeah, this would have been another loss. I'm not looking at this sweep over here because it's beneath midnight. So again, I need to sweep beneath both midnight and 8:30. No, brother. Oh my. Oh, I like the speed. Ugh. I already know this is got the 5th. there is high impact news. The 5th. Okay, stop size 46. No. Loss long. R is -1. Okay, got 3 more days this month. Here's a nice sweep. And there's another nice sweep here. And more losses, which is not surprising. I mean, it's February. A lot of these trades I didn't end up taking because when price moves more than 200 points, I'm done trading. I'm not going to do that anymore though, with all this new data. I feel like that would just, it wouldn't ruin my edge, but if I stop trading after price makes a range of 200 points from 9 a.m. going forward, I feel like I would just have like almost no trades. I feel like there's just too many. Well, what I could do is I could add it as a confluence. And I have all these trades journaled on one layout, so I can always come back now and I can see, is it worth it as a confluence to leverage more when it's within 200 points. And I think it would, to be honest, because if you can figure out what the average range the market's going to do on every day, then if you're beneath that range, the odds of having a big move are higher, right? If you're already above that range, the odds lower. So I mean, like, that's basically the logic there, is that if you're beneath 200 points, it might be worth risking more money because you're expecting a bigger move. And if you're on the right side of the market and the right time, then, you know, that's basically the other confluences that would line up to actually taking that trade. Yeah, I'm supposed to journal this. Sorry, I got like lost in my rambling. Oh wow, this one's 73 point stop. See, that's some crazy stuff. Some crazy mumbo jumbo. Is there high impact news? Oh my lord, there is. What the hell? Help. The charts are fucking me. Yeah, right here. No. 79. What the fuck? This is some shit. But both these would be part of the... Actually, I'm gonna look at range later. I need to know a good way of defining the range rule. I can't just pick a random number like 200. Because when I go back to like 1979, I'm backtesting that year. How am I gonna know? What the fuck? How am I gonna know what the average range should be in 1979? It's a joke, by the way. I'm not gonna. But like, if I do 2012, like I mean, you know, it's gonna be different. That's a nice sweep here, but I mean, again, one of these things were so offside. Again, here, so offside. Yeah, I mean, alright, But here's what I think is that most of these trades here, like I wouldn't have taken, and I know that because I was forward testing it during this period. And the reason is because we move so much. Like a good example is the fourth. Like when we have stop losses that are 80 points almost, like I'm not taking those trades. I'm sorry, but like if it's 2030 and Nasdaq is priced at 50,000, then okay, yeah, like my stop loss can be 100 points. But I mean, like when usually my stop losses are like, I mean, almost all these are like this one is, I don't know what the fuck's going on here. What the fuck? Let's just say that was 51. Yeah, when my stop losses are like, wait a minute, no, 30 points, then this is only because it's really low, but look how much it's moved. It's went from 24,800 all the way down 400 points. Like, what are the odds at a 400 point move that the day is pretty much done trading? Like, just look at the daily chart, and then let's look at the last ranges. Like, the whole day did 600 points here, 500 points here, 500 points here, less than 400 points here, 400 points, 400 points, 300 points, 400 points. Like, you know what I mean? So if let's say one morning makes a certain move from 9 a.m. right, 9:30 opens up, and then we make a 400 point move in that morning, in that trading session, what are the odds that I'm gonna have a trade that's gonna like give me a higher R, 4R? Like, I aim for a minimum of 4R, so what are the odds I'm gonna have a higher R trade? Like, no. Maybe some scalps, maybe it's gonna run for 1R, 2R, but like, no. So like, I have a lot of losses in February, but realistically I wouldn't have taken most of these losses. And that's the thing, is that I'm trying to go from intuition to automated things, so that basically I don't have to rely on my intuition, because my intuition could also cause me to lose a lot of trades, right? But like one thing for sure is this would be a range rule broken, this one too would be range rule broken, and then I'd have this one would definitely be a range rule broken. It's like a 400 point move. And same with this one. Even though this one wins, I don't know why. I don't know why. I think, oh, it was 5.9. Oh, what the fuck? I had it right. 5.91. This one also be a range rule. And like this one, we go from 960 all the way down to the sweep lows like 9,500. It's another 400 point move. That's another time where the range rule is active. This one we go from, I would say like 24,700. We run up all the way up to 24,900. So I don't know. This one maybe I would still trade. What's up, Omar? How you doing tonight? Like 280. It's still a huge fucking range. I wouldn't trade. And this one, oh my god, we go from like 960 all the way to 25,200. Like, what the heck is that? 600 points? Hell no, I ain't trading this shit. This one over here, even though we have new day opening gap, would, oh, okay, this looks normal. What the fuck? A normal trade? What? So yeah, that's within 100 points. So that's more reasonable. You down to hop in a call? I'm practicing right now as well. I have in like 2 hours. Yeah, sure. I was gonna get started on. I was gonna take a break, low key, and then get started on 2024. Cause I don't want to do January. Fuck, I'm gonna leave January for another time. January this year. I don't want to backtest and have a bunch more trades like this. But yeah, we can hop on a call. I'm gonna call you. Yo, what's up?
Yo, what's good, bro?
Hold on. Should I end my stream?
I don't know, bro, as you wish.
I don't know. I just feel like as I'm gonna end my stream. Alright, well, I'm ending my stream. I'm gonna take a break, so by the time I'm like done and everything, I don't know. It was nice having people on. I got a lot of views, 41 views is a lot, and for anyone that enjoyed the stream, I just please ask you to like the video. That's it. Yeah, I hope everybody has a good night. Good luck with your trading.